What's up, XFL Nation? This is Bird Gang 114. This is Ed.
And I'm Cam.
And today we're going to talk about a Week 4 recap. Before we start, we'd like to ask you to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. First game on the docket was the LA Wildcats at the New York Guardians. In that game, the starting quarterback for New York was Luis Perez, which me and Cameron said since day one should be the starting quarterback. He played in the AAFL, and he also was on the Eagles for a minute. And I like what I saw. It wasn't perfect, but he made plays. He took command of the huddle. He got everyone involved. Joe Horn made some plays. Their tight end, Bibbs and Powell, made plays. And they could have had a really big play, but their wide receiver there, Mikhail McKay, just took his eyes off the ball and kind of, should have been an easy TD, but he blew that one. But I liked what I saw from Perez. What do you think about New York, Cameron?
About New York, I thought they found their better quarterback, that is Perez over Matt McGloin. I think that next week they should use Perez. Bibbs, I feel like, is their new receiver, even though he had one of the jobs. He still is their top tight end / receiver. But I felt like New York did improve this week. And they got the win today on that day, 17-14. The only reason I felt like LA lost this game is because they did not have Spruce and the Carter, the running back. So, I don't know. How do you feel about LA there?
Missing those couple players was big. That's like half their offense. Plus flying the East Coast and, the weather change. It was even a little bit of snow flurries. I think a big part of the game also was that New York Guardians defense came to play. They were more disciplined as a team. Owens, number 91, had a sack, and he had a blocked extra point, I should say. What was it, number 21?
Summers, yeah, he had a
nice pick. So I think they showed up. That was the big thing. And with Perez, I believe they can move forward and maybe make a good season out of it. The next game on the docket was Seattle at St. Louis. I'll let Cameron go first.
St. Louis won this game 23-16. If I was right, St. Louis was killing Seattle in the beginning, right? And then they kind of came back Seattle by switching their quarterback to B.J. Daniels. And I thought he was better than Brandon Silvers. So I think B.J. Daniels is going to start in the next couple of weeks. I think he's way better than Silvers. I just felt like the team was doing a lot better with this guy as a quarterback.
He moved the ball, he ran the ball, and passed. He was dual threat, something that they were missing. Seattle's defense came to play like usual. Steven Johnson, number 57, he was all over the place. And I would say, going forward, they could be pretty good. It's just hopefully B.J. Daniels can keep building on what he did this past week. St. Louis, like usual, was very balanced. Teamo had another great game with his doing the RPOs. He was unstoppable. He was running, passing. It just seemed like everything went his way. The running game with Kenneth Farrow there, that was working. So, everything I saw was... they look like a top-notch team.
You met Matt Jones, Kenneth Farrow's on Seattle. But Personnel had a big touchdown, too, for St. Louis on the catching, number 15. I think he's going to be their top receiver for St. Louis. He's one of their best slot receivers in the league, I feel like. And I kind of saw him in the beginning. I was like, oh, he's not bad. He's definitely their top guy to throw the ball to. Personnel.
He's a go-to.
Yep, so... I definitely think St. Louis is still the top two teams in the league.
Oh, absolutely. And then on Sunday, the first game, who was it, Cameron?
Houston at Dallas. Houston barely won this game 27-20. I felt like Dallas was getting the momentum in the end, but the problem was that the QB got hurt, Landry Jones, and had to put back the other quarterback who only does drag routes. They were kind of moving the ball, but then that pick happened, and then that ended the game. But I felt like Dallas did better in the second half, and
but when Landry Jones was in, him and Nagel were making a connection, which he was looking like he was going to be the go-to guy. He had actually more plays than uh, Donald Farrow. Pardon him, I'm sorry. And he also did better than Crockett. So I think they found themselves another receiver in Nagel.
Oh yeah.
But hopefully, Landry Jones, when he has his MRI, he's not that bad off.
Also, hopefully, Landry Jones gets better in the first quarter. He had 3 picks in the first quarter.
Four total in the whole game.
That's nuts.
PJ Walker, like usual,
did good, but Canfield didn't do anything. I think he only had like 1 catch, 9 yards. I can't believe it.
What's his name? On defense, there was a couple picks.
Our safety.
Yeah, number 25, Cody Brown. He came to play. He had a pick.
Yeah.
And then the other pick, I believe, was by Patrick. Was his name? He had 2 picks. So that was both of those guys had some picks. And then the linebacker there at the end.
Yep.
What's his name?
Robinson.
Yeah,
Edmund Robinson. Yeah,
Edmund Robinson. He had a sack, strip, fumble.
He recovered it and scored off of it. That's unbelievable.
Trifecta.
Yeah, but I felt like Houston found another receiver with Nick Holley still.
Nick Holley made a lot of plays. I think that was his best game. And that miracle pick at the end of the game by Gates near the end zone where the ball never touched the ground. So their defense showed up. You know how we were questioning it last week.
Yeah, they came up to this game. They stopped Dallas when they needed to.
Because Houston's offense seems like it was an explosive week 1 and slowly has kind of, you know, every week I think people are figuring them out.
All right, so the last
game. All right.
And
that was very disappointing.
Yeah.
We called it. We said DC was going to lose.
Against Tampa Bay Vipers.
Yeah,
and Vipers
25-0.
beat them, yeah.
Yeah, that was a throw. Their defense I don't know what happened to DC's defense. They couldn't stop nothing. They just ran all over the damn field.
They couldn't tackle.
10 to 12 yards a clip. You're right. They couldn't tackle.
But things should have been -5 yards. Boom, Williams goes in backwards, and he goes back and gets 38 yards. What?
I know.
I just, as a fan of DC, it's like, shit, man, it's making me nervous.
And they're talking junk on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The miscommunications.
Everything. It's like bad for this offense. Once it struggles, it struggles.
Cardell Jones and DeAndre Tompkins weren't on the same page, which is unfortunate. But the good thing for Tampa Bay is every week Taylor Cornelius looks like he's getting better. Tolliver stepping up the receiver. They got a couple good running backs. The one that is, he was talking about how he buried his father a week before, and he made some plays that was, I forget, I think I forgot his name. Yeah, but they had a good running game, and their tight end Gooley made some big plays. Overall they were making plays. Jaquez Porter was the running back's name. Yeah, we apologize for that, but he made some big plays just out of nowhere. The whole pile would move like 10, 12 yards. It's like, what the hell?
I just felt like he had some heart, and I felt like Tampa Bay, the whole team had heart, and DC just got in there and be like still upset from the LA game, and it just came into this game, Yeah,
so it was another good week of football. 3 out of 4 games were pretty good, so you can't ask for anything better. It seemed like there was decent attendance. Hopefully, viewership was there, and we want to thank you once again for watching the video, and remember, it's all for the love of football.